Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to recap the 2023 All-Star Game. And the National League has finally broke the streak, their first All-Star win since 2012. It's wild, since 2012, the AL, from 2013 on, the American League had won every single All-Star game. Finally, the National League gets one. So let's get to the game here. Look here, the stats. Look over the scoring. The National League gets a 3-2 victory. So kind of a low-scoring game. Kind of expect that because most of the MLB All-Star Game now is kind of the one-inning pitchers duels. Each pitcher gets one inning. But, yeah, let's get to the scoring here. So it starts in the bottom of the second inning with the American League with a solo home run from Yandy Diaz. I believe, yeah, Yandy Diaz with a solo homer to start the scoring, make it 1-0. Then the NL in the fourth get on the board with a leadoff double from J.D. Martinez. And then Luis Arraez drives him in. He was 2 for 2 with an RBI. Luis Arraez having a very good season with that 383 batting average, 3 homers, 42 RBIs, and 905 OPS. He was cooking. J.D. Martinez also went 2 for 2. Those two especially were cooking for the National League. They had 4 of the 9 base hits for the National League. So that tied up in the fourth with an RBI single from Luis Arraez. And then the sixth inning, the American League jumped back in front with a RBI sacrifice fly from Bo Bichette to give the American League a 2-1 lead. But then the eighth inning, pretty much the go-ahead homer, the winning homer, Elias Diaz, the 32-year-old, making his All-Star Game debut from the Colorado Rockies, hits a 2-run homer off Felix Bautista, who I see a lot of people trashing on Twitter. Oh, look at King Felix. Like, it's the All-Star Game. Chill out. He's still one of the best closers in the league. Like, it's an All-Star Game. Chill out. I feel like he wasn't even trying that hard. Walked, Nick Castellanos put up a really good bat before that to even get on base. And Elias Diaz crushed it to give him the lead. Pretty much the win. No, without a scare, though, with Craig Kimbrell. With those 2 walks there, I'm like, oh boy, we're going to get a walk-off here. But they got it done. But let's get to the stats here from the starters. And I got another notebook with the reserves of the other hitters. Let's go over the pitching. Gerrit Cole and Zach Gallen were your starters. Zach Gallen went 1 inning, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, struck out 1. And Gerrit Cole had 2 harder hit baseballs off of him in that first inning, but nice catches from Adolis Garcia and Randy Arozarena. And then ground out from Mookie to end the inning. So, scoreless inning from Cole and Gallen. Nathan Eovaldi then pitched for the American League. He gave up 2 hits, but struck out 1, no runs or walks. So, scoreless inning for him. And Mitch Keller gave up the first run to Yandy Diaz. 1 hit, 1 earned run, no walks and a strikeout for Mitch Keller. So it's then Sonny Gray, 1 inning, no hits, no earned runs. He walked 1, struck out 2. And then Josiah Gray struck out 1. It's a clean, scoreless inning. George Kirby, 2 hits, 1 earned run, the hometown hero, along with Julio, 2 Mariners All-Stars. But Kirby did not look good. 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and no strikeouts in an inning. And Alex Cobb from the Giants walked 1, but struck out 1. So scoreless 0 for Cobb. Estevez struck out 2 for the American League. And Justin Steele with a scoreless inning for the National League. And then Cano, Yenier Cano, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, and struck out 2. Alexis Diaz from the Reds, 2 hits, 1 earned run with that sac fly. Romano, 0.1 innings, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, and strikeout. Got 1 out before they took him out. He didn't have nothing. He got lucky that ball off Gurriel went foul. If not, he was fucked. Camilo Doval, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Michael Lorenzen took over for Romano the rest of that inning and gave up a hit, walked one, but then struck out one, got out of the inning. Josh Hader gave up that leadoff single, then got a double play, and then another ground out. So those are your my pen failed. Those are the starting pitching lines. Let's get to the rest here. On my other notebook with the rest of the hitters that I'll go over. Felix Bautista got 2 outs, 0.2 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, 2 earned runs on the 2-run homer, his only hit. Walked 2, struck out 1. Kenley Jansen finished the inning and struck out a batter. Then they put in Pablo Lopez. Maybe we could have got some insurance runs. In the, well, I say we, the National League, because I was going for the National League. Lopez gave up 2 hits, but then struck out 2. Craig Kimbrell, who gave me a heart attack there, gave up 2 walks. I'm like, oh boy, this game's going to get tied. But he walked 2, but then struck out Ramirez there in the game, ended with 2 strikeouts. For the National League hitting, we're going to go over the hitting stats here, and I'll give my thoughts on the game. For the American League, Simeon 0 for 2, Ohtani 0 for 1 and a walk, Rosarina 1 for 2, Seager 0 for 1, Diaz 1 for 2 and a walk, Garcia 0 for 2, Hayes 1 for 2, Young and Heim 0 for 2. For the American League, Acuna 0 for 2, Freeman 0 for 1 and a walk, Betts 0 for 2, Martinez 2 for 2, Arenado 0 for 2, Arias 2 for 2 and a walk. So Martinez and Arias really carried the starting lineup here. They had all the hits of the starters in the National League. We're lucky the pitching was good. Murphy, Carroll, and Arcia each also 0 for 2. For the reserves, Soto 1 for 3, Olsen 0 for 1, Castellanos, I didn't write it down, but he was 1 for 2 and a big walk that helped the National League get the lead. As Diaz hits a 2-run homer, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. Soler 0 for 1, Riley 1 for 2, Albies 0 for 2, Smith 0 for 1 and a walk, Gurriel Jr. 1 for 2, and Perdomo 0 for 1 and a walk. So that's the National League hitting for the American League reserves. That's where National League reserves. Now the American League, Merrifield 1 for 2, Rooker 0 for 2, Guerrero Jr. 0 for 2, Tucker 0 for 1 and a walk, Rodriguez 0 for 1 and a walk. Got 2 big walks. Therefore, Ramirez struck out 1 for 2. Rutschman 0 for 1, Perez 1 for 2, and Bichette 0 for 1 and an RBI sac fly. So the National League gets a 3-2 victory, and a pretty good pitcher's game here. Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this All-Star game. Some big defensive plays were made. That first inning, some big defensive plays. Clutch pitching. So there were so many runners left in scoring position. That's just clutch pitching and good defense in this All-Star game. I really enjoyed this All-Star game. National League finally gets their first win since 2012. That's crazy. They hadn't won since 2012. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, peace.